Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching VCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching VCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. The commander of the New Hampshire Air National Guard was killed in a hit-and-run incident in Rochester on Monday night. Brigadier General John W. Pogo Pogarek was killed when an SUV struck him on the side of Crown Point Road, where he had stopped to secure a load on his trailer, according to Rochester police. Police have since located the vehicle that hit him and the 81-year-old driver involved in the incident. As of this report, police have not made an arrest. Pogarek was announced dead at the scene, according to Rochester police. He was 57 years old. A juvenile passenger that was also in Pogarek's vehicle during the incident was not injured. Over his 31 years with the U.S. Air Force and New Hampshire Air National Guard, Pogarek was also a pilot and accrued more than 6,300 flying hours. Pogarek is survived by his wife, Whitney Pogarek, and their 5 children. CNN said it is cutting about 100 jobs and will launch its first CNN.com subscription product later this year as it looks to lessen its dependence on its cable TV channel. Since taking over in October, CNN Chief Executive Mark Thompson has emphasized the importance of improving CNN's digital offerings as its legacy business declines. Thompson earlier served as CEO of the New York Times, where he oversaw a digital transformation that increased subscription from under 600,000 to more than 6 million. In a memo, Thompson said that the coming digital subscription products would eventually include news and analysis as well as paid offerings around lifestyle journalism. Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company of CNN, like many of its rivals, has been challenged by cord cutting. A new study found popular brands of tampons may contain toxic metals, such as lead and arsenic. Researchers purchased tampons from September 2022 to March 2023 from stores in New York City, Athens, and London, and from 2 popular online retailers. They tested 30 tampons across 14 brands and 18 product lines and found all 16 types of metals that they were testing for in every product. The level of metal detected in each tampon varied according to whether they were sold in the US, UK, or EU. There were also variants in metal levels depending on whether the tampons were organic or non-organic. The study noted that some metals may be more abundant in organic cotton tampons due to the use of fertilizers prevalent in the soil of organic cotton fields. An estimated 52 to 86% of Americans who menstruate use tampons. According to authors of the study, there is no safe level for any of the metals researchers tested for. Chronic metal absorption has been linked to increased risk of dementia, cancer, infertility, and other health issues. A new study suggests that medications such as Ozempic and Wegovy may help lower the risk of certain cancers. People who are overweight or obese have a higher risk of getting 13 types of cancer, and the risk increases the longer a person is overweight. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 40% of new cancer diagnoses are associated with excess weight, but a study published last Friday in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that people with type 2 diabetes who were treated with a class of GLP-1 drugs were significantly less likely to be diagnosed with 10 of the 13 obesity-associated cancers than those who were taking insulin. According to the CDC, excess weight can cause changes in the body such as long-lasting inflammation and higher than normal levels of insulin. Insulin-like growth factors and sex hormones that can cause cancer. The authors of the study wrote that the findings provide preliminary evidence of the potential benefit of these medications for cancer prevention in high-risk populations. On the other hand of the Ozempic train, many are opening up about struggles with the weight loss drug. A number of side effects and health complications have been linked to the use of the weight loss drug as its popularity has skyrocketed. Just within the last month, a new study was released that suggests patients taking Ozempic may be at higher risk of developing a rare form of blindness. Back in October of 2023, there were other reports of the weight loss drug causing severe stomach problems. Not to mention some other side effects that have recently come to light, like possible mental health side effects, hollowing and sagging of the skin, commonly referenced as Ozempic face, and bowel obstruction. There is currently a lawsuit against Ozempic to address ongoing risks and injuries linked with the drug. For more information on the lawsuit, head to lawsuitinformationcenter.com/Ozempic gastroparesis lawsuit. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back. During the Planning Board's monthly meeting on July 9th, the board discussed a previous proposal to install lithium-ion batteries in the town. Convergent Energy Solutions is looking to add a battery energy storage facility on a corner of the 119 and 131 Common Street property, also known as St. Catherine's Greek Orthodox Church. The hope is to utilize the back corner of the church's property to create the facility to use as a backup energy system for a portion of the town. This project is part of a larger state initiative that is aimed at storing energy to use during power outages. The project was requested through BELT and will be upheld by Convergent. Here's this month's update on the project.
Tomorrow's email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just going in order, Barry.
All right, well, thank you. But in any event, staying with this board for the time being, at the last meeting, a couple of questions that came up from the members, mostly I think I could characterize as related to safety issues. And it was mentioned that even the mayor had raised a concern about safety and asked us to reach out to the fire department, the building department, and the mayor's office to provide them with a copy of our proposed emergency safety plan, which my client did do, met with the fire department. It's my understanding from a email later this afternoon that the acting fire chief still has some questions, but I believe we received a copy of the draft decision from the director this afternoon, and that issue is mentioned as a condition to be addressed prior to the issuance of a building permit, that the fire department, police department, and building department all have had a chance to review and approve the emergency response plan. So we are certainly satisfied with that condition of approval, and I believe, subject to being corrected by my client, I think we were fine with all of the other conditions of approval in the draft decision.
Madam Chair, so since the last meeting, my understanding there has been some meetings. Mr. Botigi has also been involved, members of the fire department, and I've been in discussions with the acting chief and also our building inspector in sort of putting together this draft decision. The revised materials did come in, and there were some minor questions and things that you can see, follow-up type items. And I prepared the draft approval, and then I shared that stuff with the chief, and he's asked us to hold off, that he, in closing, I would like to have additional discussions prior to approval if possible. And as a courtesy and respect for a peer and a fellow department head, I would be uncomfortable going forward this evening because he has requested this. And he's very not necessarily concerned, but he wants to fully vet this. He wants to fully understand this. There was some additional requests that he had made of Ms. Henry, and he hasn't received those materials just yet. So I did put together that draft approval. Again, that doesn't mean that the board needs to act on it. It's something to take under consideration. But having received this, and again, it was very late. I shipped it off to Noreen and Amanda as soon as I received it, but I received it at 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock today. So with that, I understand that they are, eager to move forward. Connor and I today are we're trying to get a hold of the commission members. They don't have a quorum, so that meeting is going to be continued anyways. So in the spirit of taking the time needed to assist the fire chief in his review, I think that's time well spent.
Good evening. I'm Bill Battigi from Braintree Electric. I just want to give you the utilities perspective on all this. The state in 2021 passed a law requiring utilities to be carbon-free by 2050. We have to be 50% carbon-free by 2030, 75% by 2040. What that means is the state mandates us to get all our energy from wind and solar by 2050. In order to do that, they're variable resources. You can't count on them at any given time. In order to do that, batteries have to fill the gap. There are thousands of megawatts of batteries being installed, all lithium-ion batteries being installed all over the country. It needs to be done safely. We have a battery at our substation off Grove Street. It's a 2 megawatt, 4 megawatt hour battery, smaller than this, but substantial. It's been there for 7 years, and it's been running for 7 years. Now, to put in perspective what running means is it is charged and discharged between 2 and 6 times a month to peak shave our transmission percentage. And it runs for 2 to 3 hours. This battery will be operated with the same characteristics. So it'll be kept in a low state of charge, which is the safest you can have batteries. They'll be just sitting there, and then they'll be charged up the evening before or in the morning, and typically discharged in the evening. So they're only going to run for, say, 3 hours at a time, up to 6 times a month. As far as noise goes, these batteries are never run when the doors are open. There's interlocks and trips to prevent that from happening. It wouldn't be safe to run them unless there's some special test going on where the door's open. They're very quiet. The noisiest thing is the air conditioning system that keeps them cool, or heat. And transformers, we have thousands of them all over town.
The town of Braintree has teamed up with Project Bread to offer free meals to kids and teens this summer. From July 1st through August 16th, free meals are being offered at both Hollis Elementary and Ross Elementary schools. Kids and teens can pick up breakfast between 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. and then lunch is offered from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. No registration or form of ID is required. This initiative is brought to local communities by the Massachusetts Department of Education, Project Bread, and local school and community meal providers. For more information, you can check out projectbread.org/summereats. The town of Braintree is reminding residents to fight the bite and to protect themselves from West Nile virus and Triple E this summer. In a release from the town, officials are reminding residents to use mosquito repellent containing DEET, cover up when you're outside with long sleeves and long pants, avoid time spent outdoors between dusk and dawn, remove standing water so mosquitoes don't breed, and fix any holes in your screens to make sure they are tightly attached to doors and windows in your home. For more information, call the Braintree Health Department at 781-794-8090 or visit braintreema.gov. Braintree's Department of Elder Affairs has a number of updates and activities for seniors this summer. The summer schedule will be altered a bit, with the Senior Center staying open late on Tuesday until 7 p.m. to offer a light dinner, and will close early on Fridays at 1 p.m. Some activities the center will offer throughout the summer include daily exercise classes, regulation bocce on Mondays at 2 p.m., varied card and game days on Tuesdays, and the Asian Outreach Group will meet on Wednesdays. Every Monday at 11:30 a.m., the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is offering safety programs for seniors. Then every Thursday at 11:30 a.m., comedy programs will be held. Some one-time events that are coming up this month include the Norfolk County Entomologist visit on July 15th at 11 a.m. to talk about mosquitoes, and the Healthy Mediterranean Diet Seminar with Therapy Gardens on July 16th at 1 p.m. For more information, contact the department at 781-848-1963 or stop by at 71 Cleveland Avenue. The summer is upon us and the Nelson Chin Summer Concert Series is in full swing. Beld is sponsoring the free concerts every Tuesday evening at Braintree Sunset Lake Whalen Gazebo, as well as one concert that's going to take place at Smith Beach. Shows already started on June 25th and usually run from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For more information and a list of performers, head to braintreema.myrec.com. The town of Braintree is now using a new system to send emergency and routine alerts to residents. The town is adopting the Civic Plus mass notification system, which residents must sign up for to receive any emergency or routine notifications. Residents can register to receive alerts via phone calls, text, and/or email. Types of messages sent through the notification system include town emergency notifications, town general notifications, the mayor's monthly newsletter, trash and recycling notifications, and water and sewer alerts. To register, visit braintreema.gov/1249/alerts notifications, or if you want text only, text Braintree MA to 38276. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
James. He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator in the case against Karen Reed, was suspended without pay following a duty hearing on Monday. The veteran trooper was relieved of duty just hours after Reed's trial ended last week with a hung jury. He was transferred out of the Norfolk District Attorney's Office Detective Unit and into a Field Services Division in South Boston. Massachusetts State Police Colonel John Mon accepted the board's recommended suspension for Proctor on Monday, making it effective immediately. The length of the suspension was not immediately known. An internal affairs investigation into Proctor's conduct is still ongoing. Last week, Colonel Mon spoke about Proctor's conduct, saying, quote, "I think I've been very clear and I want to remain very clear. Misconduct in any way, shape, or form by the Massachusetts State Police will not be tolerated," end quote. A Massachusetts native accused in a series of stabbings on the South Shore and a murder in Connecticut will continue to be held without bail after being deemed dangerous. Jared Ravizza allegedly stabbed 4 girls at a Braintree movie theater and 2 workers at a Plymouth McDonald's in May. Investigators believe the attacks were random. Prior to the incidents in Massachusetts, Ravizza allegedly carried out a deadly stabbing of 70-year-old Bruce Feldman in Deep River, Connecticut. A warrant in that state charges Ravizza with 1 count of murder, 2 counts of animal cruelty, and 1 count of criminal mischief. Further evaluation was ordered as Ravizza was held at Bridgewater State Hospital. The Plymouth County District Attorney's Office said Monday that an earlier hearing determined that the defendant was dangerous. A 2-alarm fire at a senior housing complex in Weymouth displaced dozens of residents Sunday morning. Weymouth firefighters responded to a fire at Union Towers 2 at 11:30 a.m. Sunday. Heavy smoke spread throughout the top floor of the 5-story building at 519 Broad Street. According to Weymouth Emergency Management Director John Mulvihill, 32 out of the 75 apartments in the building were deemed unlivable. Mulvihill stated that in the aftermath, 14 residents were staying at the temporary shelter opened at the Weymouth Senior Center, while others stayed with family and friends. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Head to the Bicknell Square Village Festival this weekend for food trucks, live music, and family fun. The festival will be held Saturday, July 13th and will run from noon to 4 p.m. on Wessagusset Road in North Weymouth. The festival will include local vendors, food trucks, kids' activities, historical demonstrations, and live music. Mayor of Weymouth, Robert Headland, said the success of the Weymouth 400th events inspired the town to continue to push for more community events, such as Food Truck Fridays, live concerts, and the Weymouth Farmers Market. Quincy's Thomas Crane Public Library has carved out a new space in the library's building for DIY crafters. A dozen people jumped at the chance to try out the library's new makerspace, a room for do-it-yourself projects, arts, and crafts. The space opened up in May for selected small group craft projects like the Perler Beads crafting event. The library's makerspace is now open for the public to use on their own by appointment. The library has named the room on its main floor the Cranium, a collaborative workspace for people to explore DIY projects and create a variety of objects using their imagination and tools provided. To book your spot at the Cranium Makerspace, head to thomascranelibrary.org/thecraniummakerspace. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Do you know that electrical failures are the third leading cause of home fires? Cords and plugs led in this category, while extension cords dominated this category. To avoid these fires, plug heat-generated appliances directly into an outlet. Do not use power strips or extension cords on these appliances. Power strips are designed for use with electronics only. Do not put electrical cords underneath rugs or pinch behind furniture. Do not overload outlets. Charge laptops and phones on hard surfaces only. Finally, if an electrical device is not working as designed, it is time to repair it or replace it. Be conscious of your home environment and be safe, and thank you for doing so.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First, The Bike Riders follows the rise of a Midwestern motorcycle club, the Vandals. Seen through the lives of its members, the club evolves over the course of a decade from a gathering place for local outsiders into a more sinister gang, threatening the original group's unique way of life. The film stars Austin Butler and Tom Hardy. You can watch The Bike Riders now in theaters. Next, Beverly Hills Cop takes place 40 years after his unforgettable first case in Beverly Hills and follows Detroit cop Axel Foley, who returns to do what he does best, solve crimes and cause chaos. The film stars Eddie Murphy and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You can watch Beverly Hills Cop now on Netflix. And finally, Space Cadet follows a Florida party girl who turns out to be the only hope for the NASA space program after a fluke puts her in training with other candidates who may have better resumes, but don't have her smarts, heart, or moxie. The film stars Emma Roberts, and you can watch Space Cadet now on Amazon Prime Video. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.